Chapter 36. After about 2 more hours of the same training, the results were impressive. After training, Scyther was able to stay in the air for 31 minutes and 44 seconds. An increase of total 82 seconds. Golbat was able to stay in the air for 36 minutes and 05 seconds after the training. A total of 70 seconds increase. Scyther realized that he was getting strong faster than Golbat and said arrogantly, "Bat, did you see that? I have a lot more talent than you. After 10 days I will be able to defeat you easily." Golbat was angry and said, "Shut up, you overgrown bug. You only have 12 seconds more. Why are you so proud? That just means that you have better endurance talent, nothing more." Scyther was very happy that he had more talent than Golbat and continued to speak with an arrogant tone. "You think I only have more talent than you in perseverance? Haha, I have more talent than you in everything." Golbat said, "More talent in everything? Haha, a good joke, you bug. I'll show you in the next training exercise which of us has more talent. You were just lucky that we started with endurance training." Alex didn't understand what Golbat and Scyther were saying, but he thought that it wasn't important. A little rivalry can't hurt, as long as it doesn't cross the line. He looked at his Pokemon and said, "Okay, the next exercise is called survival training. Golbat will use Shadow Ball and try to hit Scyther with it. Scyther will try to hold out as long as possible. He can use the moves Quick Attack, Double Team, Roost and Protect to last longer." Understood. Good. 3, 2, 1, go. Golbat was happy that he could show this arrogant bug who is the real boss. Scyther didn't want to just dodge Golbat's attacks. He wanted to attack too. But Scyther knows that his trainer only makes such a training plan for his good. Scyther used Quick Attack and Double Team to dodge Shadow Ball. When he was hit the first time, he used Roost to recover. But was hit right again by Shadow Ball. As long as the move Roost is not on the expert rank, Scyther can only use it when he is not moving. That makes the move Roost very useless in combat. But he still used it a few more times so he can train Roost. Although it is very ineffective in the combat right now, if he keeps on training it, it will become his greatest strength in the fight. In the exercise, Scyther used the move Protect to block a Shadow Ball when he couldn't avoid it. Scyther can probably use Protect only one time in this training session. That's why he used Protect when he thought a Shadow Ball would hit his head. After 10 hits, Alex saw that Scyther was greatly injured and ended the exercise. Scyther withstood the attacks of Golbat for 5.22 minutes. Although 5.22 minutes doesn't sound long, you have to keep in mind that Scyther only dodged and didn't use any move to attack. In a real fight, you won't be just dodging without attacking. Alex looked at Scyther's info and noticed that Scyther's level has risen. Pokemon. Scyther, LV. 20. Type. Bug, Flying. Abilities. Technician. Gender. Male. Potential. Silver. Moves. Leer, Quick Attack, Focus Energy, Double Team, Feint, Fury Cutter, Wing Attack, Agility, Roost, Innate Talent, Protect, TM. Scyther can finally use the move Agility. Alex knows how ridiculously strong Agility is. In this world, Agility is a ridiculously good move. What is the power of speed? If your opponent cannot even hit you, then he can't deal any damage and also can't win. Pokemon's moves mastery can be divided into 3 levels: beginner, expert, and master. Beginner performs the move normally. Expert, stronger, faster, and more flexible than beginners. After reaching expert rank, Pokemon can also move while using the move. Master, stronger, faster, and more flexible than expert. The Pokemon can use another move while using that move. He can also modify the move as he likes. The problem of this move is that it truly becomes useful only when it is brought to the expert rank. In a fight, you will be quickly defeated by your opponent if you are using Agility while standing. Although if you use it in moments like when your opponent is dealt with a strong move and may take a bit time before he comes to attack. But you can't bet on these chances every time, and if it is not possible against a group of Pokemon. Even at the expert rank, Agility isn't very good. Think about it. You can't use any other moves and you have to avoid the opponent's move. How high is your evasive chance without using a move against a Pokemon with the same LV? Only on the master rank does this move unlocks its true potential. How strong would a Pokemon be that gets faster and faster in battle without a disadvantage? Monstrously strong. Of course, the number of trainers who have such a Pokemon is very small. First, you need at least one Pokemon with silver potential. Then this Pokemon must also be able to learn this move. Besides, the trainer must know that this move has so much potential and must train his Pokemon with the correct training method. After 10 minutes, Alex stopped thinking about this move and said, "Okay, in the next exercise, Scyther is the attacker and Golbat has to defend. Scyther will use Fury Cutter to attack. Golbat can use Confuse Ray and protect." Scyther had healed himself with Roost in those 10 minutes and was ready to fight again. Scyther was very happy to be allowed to attack this bat. He headed for Golbat at once and attacked him with Fury Cutter. Golbat tried to fly away, but he quickly realized that Scyther is faster than him. He could only try to dodge in close combat. It was really difficult. Scyther's melee talent is much better than Golbat. Golbat focuses on both melee and ranged attacks while Scyther is a pure melee attack Pokemon. Golbat was hit very often and the attacks grew stronger. He used Confuse Ray to confuse Scyther. Scyther was confused and saw that everything in his vision looked like it had a twin. He saw two different Golbats and attacked a random one. Golbat saw Scyther hit in the air and had to laugh. Scyther heard the laugh and knew he had picked the wrong target. He flew furiously towards Golbat. After 3.56 minutes, Alex saw Golbat got hit by a critical attack and suffered a serious injury. Alex said seriously, "Okay, that's enough Scyther. Take both a 10-minute break." He took a super potion and 2 energy powder out of his TRH device. Then he healed Golbat with the super potion. He also gave both Pokemon an energy powder. Even though Golbat only gets 1/4 of the damage from bug-type moves, he can't take too many Fury Cutters. There are several reasons for this. 1. Fury Cutter gets stronger after every successful attack. Sometimes Golbat is hit several times in a row. That deals a very serious damage. 2. Technician always reinforces the first attack from a combo. 50% increase in damage is not to be underestimated. 3. Damage due to stab are even more ridiculous. Chapter 37. After an hour of the same exercise, both Pokemon have improved. Both Pokemon have become better at attacking and defending. But that cost Alex a lot of items. In this exercise, the Pokemon consumed 2 energy powder and 4 super potion. Fortunately, he didn't have to use super potion for Scyther. Alex could of course go to Team Rocket Pokemon Center, but that has major disadvantages. It consumes too much time. Many Team Rocket members come to the TR Pokemon Center every day, thus you have to wait a long time to be able to treat your Pokemon. If Alex has to wait 1 hour to heal his Pokemon once, then he would waste a lot of training time. He thinks that time is more important than spending a little more money. Alex said seriously, "Okay. Now we are going to train moves. Golbat, you will train the moves Sludge Bomb, Toxic, Confuse Ray and Shadow Ball. And Scyther, you will train the moves Fury Cutter, Agility and Roost. Try to train all moves for an equal duration. I will give you 3 hours. Taunt was also a move that Alex wanted to train, but 4 moves are enough for now. Alex estimated that Golbat would have to train these 4 moves for about 2 months to get it to the expert rank. A Pokemon with normal potential usually needs 4 months of training to get a move on the expert rank. A bronze Pokemon takes 1.5 to 2 months. A silver Pokemon takes less than a month. A gold Pokemon takes less than 20 days. Why does Alex think that he only needs 2 months of training time for the 4 moves? There are 2 reasons for this. 1. Golbat's Shadow Ball will probably reach expert rank very soon. So after that, Golbat will have to train only 3 moves. 2. Alex buys a lot of expensive food and good recovery items like energy powder. Most trainers cannot afford such expensive items. Both Pokemon started practicing. Alex looked at how they trained and also started doing his training too. Golbat practiced Shadow Ball at the beginning. After 40 minutes, Alex noticed that Golbat's Shadow Ball suddenly became much bigger, stronger and faster. In comparison, before this exercise, Golbat needed 1.2 seconds before he can create a Shadow Ball. Now suddenly, he can do that in 0.8 seconds. Not only the speed has changed but the size and strength have also been greatly improved. Alex knew that Golbat had achieved expert rank on Shadow Ball. Only that can explain why Golbat's Shadow Ball suddenly got so much stronger. But Alex wanted to test it. Alex said, "Golbat, try using Shadow Ball while you're moving." Golbat was confused but tried what Alex had said. After a bit of trouble, Golbat was able to move normally during the move. Golbat was very happy that he had improved his move so much. He went to Scyther to show off. Alex ignored Golbat's show-off and considered the best way to utilize this advantage. He immediately thought of his hit-and-run tactics. Now Golbat is even more difficult to be pursued by other Pokémon. Not to mention, Golbat can now dodge while attacking. That's a big advantage. But against Pokémon that are the same LV as Golbat, it is difficult to evade moves. Still, even though Golbat cannot avoid many attacks, the chance of evasion is better than before. Alex stopped thinking and said out loud, "Golbat, stop annoying Scyther and continue with the exercise. Also, don't train the move Shadow Ball for now. After a move reaches the expert rank, the move can only be improved very, very slowly. Almost all elite trainers, 40 LV, have only one Pokémon that has a move on the master rank. This shows how difficult it is to get a move on the master rank. It can take elite trainer years to get an attack to master rank. Of course, normal elite trainers only have Pokémon with bronze potential. Bronze potential and silver potential are very far apart. Bronze Pokémon don't have innate talent moves that are faster to train. Also, bronze Pokémon are much slower on learning other moves too. That's why silver Pokémon are so valuable. Even an average trainer could become an elite trainer with a silver Pokémon. After 3 hours of training, both Pokémon were completely spent. Alex gave both of them an energy powder and finished training for today. After a hard day of training, Alex and his Pokémon went to Alex's room and ate together. After eating, everyone rested a little bit. It was already late evening and Alex and his Pokémon went to sleep. Alex lay down in his bed and fell asleep. Suddenly in the middle of the night, Alex heard a loud noise. Alex woke up and immediately got his 2 Pokémon out of their Pokéballs. He keeps his Pokéballs close to his body even while sleeping just in case of an emergency. As soon as Alex looked around in the room, he saw that the Pokémon egg had broken. And he saw a little Ralts next to the egg. It was only half the size of a normal Ralt and couldn't stand up straight. It moved like a baby. Ralts looked around for a moment and started crying. Alex quickly went to Ralts and picked her up like a baby. He said in a friendly voice, "Ralts, don't cry. I'll take care of you from now on." Ralts looked at Alex and kept crying. Alex thought, "Wow, I suck at parenting. What do I do now? Ah, right, it must be hungry and crying about it." He took a large bottle of Moo Moo milk from his TRH device and fed it to Ralts like a baby. Ralts suddenly became very happy and emptied a third of the bottle. This Moo Moo milk bottle is enough for 3 meals in a day. After Ralts was full, it immediately fell asleep in Alex's arms. Alex just stood in the middle of him and thought, how cute. Scyther and Golbat saw everything that had happened and thought, why isn't he half as nice to us as this Ralts? Though I have to admit that she's a little cute. Chapter 38. Alex looked at the info of the sleeping Ralts. Pokémon. Ralts. LV. 1. Type. Psychic Fairy. Abilities. Telepathy. Gender. Female. Potential. Silver. Move. Growl unusable. Innate talent disable unusable. Alex goes to bed with Ralts. Golbat and Scyther watched Alex go to sleep without a word and they also went into Pokeball to sleep. Early in the morning, Alex heard a loud screeching. He woke up and saw Ralts crying loudly. He took yesterday's Moo Moo milk and fed it to Ralts. Alex thought, is this how my parents felt when I was a baby? I'm glad that Pokemon don't have to go to the bathroom. I feel so happy that I feel like I am a Ludicolo. Somehow a Pokemon can convert all of the food into energy. But why would I care about how do they do that? I am not a scientist. Ralts is very cute when she's quiet. Feels a bit like I'm her father. Ralts quietly drank the Moo Moo milk and looked curiously at Alex. A Ralts has the power to sense the emotions of other people and Pokemon with the help of horns on its head. Ralts felt a warm feeling from Alex and was very happy. She stopped drinking and yelled, Ralts, Ralts. Alex had no idea what Ralts was saying. Ralts did not use facial expressions or gestures so that Alex can roughly understand Ralts' words. He called Golbat and Scyther out of their Pokeballs and asked what Ralts was saying. Golbat laughed and said with sign language, "She is saying, Father, Father." Alex was shocked and thought, Father? Did I just become a father? Although it is weird to be a father of a Pokemon, it is not that weird, to be honest. Besides, I treat Golbat and Scyther like my family, so it's still within the framework. But being a father to a Pokemon is still a little crazy. Whatever. I don't care what other people think. If it makes Ralts happy, why not? Alex hugged Ralts and said, "Welcome to the family, Ralts. My name is Alex and that's Golbat and Scyther." Golbat said, "Hello, Ralts. I'm Golbat, Alex's strongest Pokemon. If you need any help you can always ask me. Especially when it comes to the insect." Scyther heard Golbat said and told Ralts seriously, "Ralts, ignore this arrogant bat. He has some serious problems. Anyway, welcome to our team." Golbat said screaming, "Number 2. Be quiet when number 1 is talking." Scyther also said, screaming, "Number 2. Shut up you fool. You are only a little ahead of me in levels. Why are you so proud of it?" Alex saw Ralts go from happy to sad and spoke loudly, "Shut up both of you. You two idiots are making Ralts sad." Ralts had crying expression on her face. Golbat and Scyther looked at Ralts' expressions and stopped arguing. Ralts saw that everyone had stopped arguing and was happy again. Alex, Scyther and Golbat all had the same thought, "How can you be so cute, Tilda?" After these noisy mornings, everyone had breakfast together. Ralts stayed close to Alex the whole time. After breakfast, everyone went to training. Alex took Ralts with him, of course. He can't just leave Ralts alone. After Alex rented a training room, he started training Golbat and Scyther again. Scyther and Golbat would be training their speed today. Alex had marked a 1,000-meter track. This track has many built-in curves so that agility is also trained. In addition to that, after every 100 meters, you would have to attack a mark. And only after you hit this mark with a move, you can continue. Optimally, you can do this while flying. This route trains speed, agility and the multitasking of moves. Moves are also practiced a bit. Golbat took 3.25 minutes for this route. That is 17.56 kilometers per hour. Although that doesn't sound very fast, you have to consider that this route is not a straight line. And it has lots of curves. You also have to use 10 moves, which also takes time. Alex did not allow Golbat to use the move Shadow Ball on that track, thus Golbat had to stop every time to use a move. It took Scyther 3.27 minutes to complete this route. That is 17.39 kilometers per hour. A Scyther is usually faster than a Golbat, but not in this case. There are two reasons for this. 1. Golbat already had a lot of speed training from Alex as a Zubat. In comparison, Scyther had never received training. While training, Zubat also had used the recovery items to increase the training effect. 2. Golbat is 3 LV higher than Scyther. Without this LV advantage, Golbat would be slower than Scyther. Ralts looked curiously at how Golbat and Scyther are training. It wondered why they were doing such stressful things. After 2 hours of hard speed training, Alex looked at the results. Golbat, 3.14 minutes. Scyther, 3.18 minutes. Alex noticed that Golbat was more talented in speed training than Scyther. Although these 4 seconds could also be a coincidence. 4 seconds of difference can also be the result of things other than talent. Golbat said laughing, "Ha ha ha. Did you see the time, number 2? I'm faster than you and have more talent than you." "Of course, I knew this beforehand." Scyther said annoyed, "Can't you shut up for one day? I don't want to listen such nonsense every day. Can't wait to destroy you in 9 days. Alex noticed that they were starting to argue again and said loudly, "Are you guys kids or what? Stop insulting each other. You are a bad role model for Ralts." Both Pokemon looked at Ralts and began to exercise quietly again. Alex thought, haha, found a way to keep both of them quiet. He gave both Pokemon an energy powder and let them train their moves. Alex and Ralts quietly watched Golbat and Scyther doing the training. Chapter 39. 9 days later. In a rented training room, There was a young man with 3 Pokemon. Golbat, Scyther and Ralts. After 9 days a lot has changed. Alex's Pokemon have become visibly stronger. Pokemon. Golbat, LV. 25. Type. Poison, Flying. Abilities. Inner Focus. Gender. Male. Potential. Silver. Moves. Absorb, Ultrasonic, Astonish, Bite, Wing Attack, Confuse Ray, Swift, Haze, Innate Talent, Shadow Ball ETM, Protect, TM Toxic, TM Sludge Bomb, TM Facade, TM Taunt. Pokemon. Scyther, LV. 23. Type. Bug, Flying. Abilities. Technician, Gender. Male, Potential. Silver, Moves. Leer, Quick. Attack, Focus Energy, Double Team, Feint, Fury Cutter, Wing Attack, Agility, Innate Talent Roost, TM Protect. Pokemon. Ralts, LV. 4. Type. Psychic, Fairy. Abilities. Telepathy, Gender. Female, Potential. Silver, Move. Growl, Confusion, Innate Talent Disable. Golbat has leveled up 2 and Scyther has leveled up 3 LVs. Golbat levels slower than Scyther because the higher your level is more difficult it is to level up. Although compared to most trainers, Alex's Pokemon level up ridiculously fast. Normal Team Rocket members need at least 1 year to train a Pokemon from LV11 to LV25. Alex managed to do that within a month. Of course, the normal Team Rocket trainer doesn't have silver Pokemon and doesn't have as much money as Alex. He also noticed that Pokemon levels up faster in real battles than in training battles. If he had trained for 10 days in the wild, both Pokemon would have leveled up twice as fast. But these training methods have one major drawback. It's very dangerous. If you are unlucky and meet an elite Pokemon, you are pretty much dead. Alex thinks a good mix of both types of training is best. Ralts has changed the most. She is now twice as big as before and can use moves now. In addition to that, she can now speak the Pokemon language. Alex has no idea how she learned that. After 5 days she was suddenly able to master this language perfectly. Alex thinks it might have something to do with the Pokemon god Arceus. There is no other way he can explain why Ralts can suddenly speak perfectly. Alex can now roughly understand her when she communicates with him through gestures and facial expressions. Ralts can now fight, too. Though she would probably lose to a fully grown Pokemon. After all, she is still a young child. Alex wants to train her slowly so that she doesn't fear fighting. Too fast combat training can cause fear of fighting. But this intense training had one major disadvantage. It costs money. Way too much money. Before the training, 1 Hyper Potion, 1 Pokeball, 16 Energy Powder, 3 Antidotes, 30 excellent Bug-type food, 30 Tauros Blood, 15 Moo Milk, 20 Super Potion, 20 Energy Root. After the training, 1 Hyper Potion, 1 Pokeball, 3 Antidotes, 20 excellent Bug-type food, 20 Tauros Blood, 5 Moo Milk, 3 Super Potion, 2 Energy Root. Alex doesn't want to focus on how much he has spent in these 10 days. He has the feeling that it was as much as a normal trainer would earn in a month. Probably even more, but he felt that this was worth it. Money isn't that important to him. Strength is what matters the most in this world. As long as you have strength, you own the world. Alex saw Scyther and Golbat getting ready for the fight. Today is the Alex Tournament number 1. Both Pokemon have been looking forward to this fight. Both Pokemon looked arrogantly at each other. Alex excitedly said, "Welcome everyone, to the Alex Tournament number 1. Today we have 2 incredibly strong Pokemon fighting for the first trophy. On the right we have Scyther, a melee monster that is fast and deadly. On the left we have Golbat, one skillful all-rounder who hosts many different types of attacks." Scyther and Golbat both ignored Alex's speech and thought, "Stop the bullshit and start the fight already." Ralts, who watched this, thought differently. She thought Alex's speech was great and applauds Alex. Alex saw this and said miserably, "Golbat, Scyther, why can't you be like Ralts?" Scyther and Golbat looked at Alex with contempt and ignored him again. Both knew that Alex was just kidding and didn't take him seriously. Alex saw that neither wanted to play and said seriously, okay. Start the fight in 3, 2, 1, go." Golbat and Scyther moved towards one another at the same time. Both wanted to defeat each other in close combat. Scyther has better melee moves and a higher attack stat than Golbat. While Golbat's moves are very effective on Scyther and he takes little damage from Scyther's bug-type moves. Scyther used Wing Attack, not Fury Cutter, to attack Golbat. He must have understood that Fury Cutter isn't very useful against Golbat. Golbat also used Wing Attack as an attack. Golbat knows that Scyther gets more damage from Wing Attack than he does. He is ready to trade some damage. Alex saw how both wanted to fight and thought, melee. Those two blockheads. Do these two idiots have no other strategy? Maybe my expectations were too high. Both Golbat and Scyther dealt some damages to each other. Scyther had sustained more injuries than Golbat. It looked like he couldn't hold out much longer. But Alex noticed something. Scyther only injured Golbat's wing. Nothing else. Suddenly Scyther was flying away from Golbat at a quick pace. Golbat wanted to pursue him but he cannot fly with his injured wings. He saw Scyther using Roost in a safe distance and shouted angrily, "Hey, you insect, why are you running away?" Scyther, who used Roost, said seriously, "Running away? I don't know what you're talking about, you stupid bat. Just because I'm smarter than you, you don't have to get mad." Golbat was completely pissed off and used Shadow Ball. Scyther healed almost all of his injury during this time and dodged Shadow Ball. Even though Golbat's Shadow Ball is an expert rank move, Golbat was too far from Scyther to hit him. Scyther was more than 40 yards from Golbat. It is very difficult to hit Scyther from this distance. Scyther saw that Golbat could not do anything and used focus energy and agility. Golbat knew that it couldn't go on like this. He used Ultrasonic. Scyther cannot avoid this move. Unfortunately, this move does less damage than the amount Scyther heals with Roost. Golbat suddenly remembered the move Taunt. He quickly used the move Taunt. Scyther was using focus energy when he suddenly couldn't use the move anymore. He was completely confused. Golbat laughed, "Haha, now you stupid insect have to fight without your healing and reinforcement." Scyther realized what Golbat had done and got mad. He almost had victory in his pocket but was stopped at the last moment. He knew that he now had to defeat Golbat in hand-to-hand combat, although they both don't have hands. Fortunately, he has no more injuries and has buffed himself a bit. Golbat and Scyther fought intensively for 3 more minutes in close combat. Both had a lot of injuries. Scyther was even poisoned due to the sludge bomb. So the advantage he had due to the Roost was getting diminished little by little and was putting pressure on him. Alex thought about canceling the fight if the injury got worse. Suddenly seeing that Scyther wanted to hit him on the head, Golbat used Protect in a hurry. But Scyther had used Feint, which makes the Protect useless, and it hit his head. This move turned out to be a critical hit. With this finishing blow, Golbat was passed out and lost the battle. Scyther, who saw that he had won, lifted his scythes into the air and made a victory cry. Then passed out after 2 seconds. Chapter 40. Alex quickly went to the 2 unconscious Pokemon and healed them with 2 super potions and an antidote. He is very impressed by Scyther. Alex thought that Scyther didn't stand a chance because Golbat took little harm from his strongest attacks. But Scyther outplayed Golbat and defeated him in a close match. This proves once again that level doesn't mean everything. If you play your cards right, you can win a fight even if you are weaker than your opponent and have the type disadvantage. The main reason Golbat lost was that he was too arrogant and underestimated Scyther's intelligence. He realized it too late that Scyther was targeting his wings and was made unable to chase him. And that gave Scyther the chance to heal and buff himself up. That was the main reason Golbat lost. Scyther and Golbat woke up. Golbat looked around and realized that he had lost. He got sad and angry. He said, "Scyther, you coward. Why didn't you fight fair?" Scyther had a happy expression on his face and said arrogantly, "Fair. Ha ha ha. Number 2, are you stupid or what? In a fight, there are only winners and losers. How someone wins does not matter. As long as he has won, he is the stronger one." Golbat wanted to speak again but he had to admit that Scyther was right. He was too arrogant to think about tactics and was defeated. He had so many advantages in this fight that he thought he just couldn't lose. Alex saw that Golbat wondering why he lost and was very happy about it. Golbat was too arrogant and underestimated his opponent. It's good that he received a lesson. Alex was also very happy that Scyther had learned from his first defeat. In his first fight, Scyther fought like an honorable knight, though strong but without tactics. Due to that, he was very predictable. Scyther realized that he didn't have to go directly into close combat to win. Alex said, "What an impressive fight from our two participants. I am now declaring Scyther the winner of the Alex Tournament number 1. Congratulations to Scyther for this impressive victory. As a winner, he will get 1 week of top bug-type food as the reward. Top bug-type food is much more expensive and better than the excellent bug-type food that Scyther is now eating. Alex cannot buy it for Scyther permanently. It's way too expensive for that. But he can buy it as a reward." Ralts clasped her hands and said, "Brother Scyther and Golbat, you are so strong." Scyther said, "Thank you, Ralts. I'm sure you'll soon get as strong as me." Golbat said, "Shut up, you insect. You were just lucky to have won this fight. Why are you getting so arrogant?" Alex saw that they both started arguing again and said, "Golbat and Scyther, can you stop arguing for a minute? I hope Ralts doesn't learn this from the two of you." After the fight, Alex and his Pokemon went to Alex's room. Alex said seriously, "Okay Ralts, you're old enough now to live in a Pokeball. Don't worry, if you don't like it then I won't make you stay in there." He took out a Pokeball and placed it in front of Ralts. Ralts looked nervously at the Pokeball and touched it slowly. She went into the Pokeball. The Pokeball blinked for a second and Ralts was caught. Alex picked up the Pokeball and got Ralts out of it. Ralts reappeared in front of Alex and his Pokemon. Ralts looked nervously at Alex and said in sign language, "It feels like I'm half asleep in there. I don't like the Pokeball." Alex said gently, "It's okay Ralts. You don't have to go into the Pokeball if you don't like it." Golbat looked at Alex and said in sign language, "Am I imagining it, or are you much nicer to Ralts than to us?" Alex lied, "No, I like all of my Pokemon the same." Golbat and Scyther looked suspiciously at Alex. Alex said seriously, "No, really. I only treat her better because she's still a kid." Golbat and Scyther looked at Alex and thought he was telling the truth. Alex thought, "Okay, so what do I do now? I need money. A lot more money. I should go back to the Viridian Forest to catch more valuable Pokemon. I can also level up my Pokemon at the same time. I should also buy more Pokeballs and Super Potions this time." Quote, Alex ordered, Pokeball. 50 equals 500 TP points. Super Potion. 15 equals 3000 TP points. Excellent Psychic type food. 5 equals 2000 TP points. Antidotes. 8 equals 400 trail points. Energy Powder. 50 equals 1250 trail points. 7150 TR. Points were used and only 50 trail points were left from his 7200 trail points. He got ready for a long stay in this forest. He bought all the items he needed for it. He had bought the camping equipment and provisions the last time so no need to buy it again. Ralts is almost fully grown now and can now eat Pokemon food too. The problem is that Alex has no money to buy a large supply. He had the idea to feed the 5 Moo milk and the excellent Psychic type food to Ralts for 10 days. Half a portion of Moo milks and Psychic type food a day. This allows Ralts to slowly get used to solid food. After about an hour, Alex opened the door and saw that his order had arrived. He took the package and closed the door. Alex saw that all the items had arrived. So he lay down on his bed. It was already evening. He didn't want to go into a dangerous forest at night. When he was on his bed he looked at what his Pokemon were doing. Scyther and Golbat were discussing something. Alex couldn't understand what they were talking about, but he noticed that both of them had unfriendly expressions when they were discussing. Ralts is sitting in a chair reading a book. Alex taught Ralts how to read and she learned it in a day. He was very impressed with Ralts's learning aptitude. He doesn't know how high Ralts's IQ is, but it has to be extremely high. Alex wondered why Pokemon that are so much smarter than humans and can still be caught by humans. Then he thought that high IQ doesn't mean high intelligence. Even if Ralts learns faster than a human, it doesn't mean that she is smarter than a professor's. Alex slowly fell asleep while watching his Pokemon.